So I watched this video recently from Pharrell Williams. It was at uh, the NYU graduation ceremony in 2017, where he spoke about speaking about your achievements. And it was very nice. The gist of what he said was that it's time for us to finally speak about our achievements. It's time for us to not hide away from speaking about our experiences, because an invisible donation can never actually inspire another donation. That it's time for us to finally step out and inspire other people to do great things if you ever do something great. And this is just completely the opposite of what I've learned ever since I was young, where I've always been taught ever since I was growing up. I never agreed on this, but I've always been told that, we have to just stay silent about things and not speak about our achievements and not, um, you know, not feel great for the amazing things that we achieved down this road. And I've never agreed with that, which is why you'll see some Lyceum folk disagreeing with the way I approach things. It's because I just completely function against that norm, where if I want to speak about something, if I feel like something I did was substantial, I will speak about it, because I feel like a kid who might see that will get inspired to work at least marginally harder. So to me, like, there's always a bigger purpose in the things I say. It's not for a personal ego boost, because I already know what I can bring to the table. But it's more of just saying, oh, like, if I share this, maybe someone else is gonna learn from it, or just like push themselves forward, or someone can reach out to me in because I'm establishing myself as someone who can be reached out to, and someone who's doing all these things. Uh, so that the people actually know that I'm a credible person. you know and that's just like my personal reasoning. People have different reasons for speaking about different things. I think personally that you speaking about your stories, your difficulties, and the way you come out of that, I feel like it genuinely inspires people. It has the potential to inspire people, and it's always nice to play that role in society, I guess. But I don't see why anyone should justify why they speak about their achievements in the first place, because it's gone to this very disgusting level where people don't feel great about themselves, that people do not credit themselves for the things they do. Like, I've seen so many resumes that do not reflect half of the potential of that specific candidate, because they just don't know how to speak about their achievements. And like, I'm not even speaking about like going out on social media and speaking about it. Maybe that's not your thing, like that is completely personal. But like, at least for yourself, when it matters, when you want to show up to a place where your credibility matters, when you want to say that you can perform at this high level, you need to learn how to speak about your achievements. And no matter what people say, like, people say, I don't know if I repeated this earlier, but people say that your achievements need to speak for yourself. But guess what? Newsflash, that does not work like that in the real world. You People come out and speak about, being silent, and let the hard work happen and let the success roll. What people say, all these people always bring all these dumb internet quotes into this mixture, but it messes with your professional life, because no one is confident anymore. I'm not saying no one, but I'm saying most individuals I've met so far just don't believe in their potential. I think I've met so many of my friends who said, oh, like, I've said, do these things, go on LinkedIn, build your network, all that. And then people always say, no, but like, you're just on a different level. You're like, I can't do the same things that you do. And that's just that 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 mentality that people need to take a back seat. Um, which is not true. Like, these kids that I've spoken to are so talented and so great, but they're just not. They've just been told to be humble all their lives, and it has reached this point where they just do not believe in themselves, and they just don't believe. in the great things that they can do, and they think that it's wrong for them to finally speak about it. Let me tell you, like, an example where I definitely speak about my achievements. I speak about my failures too. I understand that social media in some ways can be such a facade where people people just constantly speak about the good things that happen in their life. They just constantly show the nice food they're eating, the nice places that they go to. But the only way that I justify my take, I mean, at least for the sake of the channel, the way I approach things is, if I fail at life, I speak about it. If I succeed in life, I also speak about it. Just to wipe off the fact that my successes come with so much failures at the same time, you know. So that's just a side note, but sidebar rather. But I just, for example, like I've been speaking about my achievements on LinkedIn, and the amount of reach I've been getting to that, like, I literally, for a recent post, I had close to 8,000 or 9,000 views from companies such as like IBM, Amazon, and companies of that nature, companies that I would love to be part of at some point in time, at some point later on, or even immediately in my life. And building a digital presence at this age and time is so important. I cannot stress this enough, that you cannot hide in the shadows and be as great as you want to be, because people want to know your story. It's about the stories that you tell these days, and it's about the personality that you put out these days. You can still be your introverted self and build up a digital presence, or build up a presence in general, where at least people know that you're capable of these things. Even if you don't want to go on social media, if you want to follow the traditional track of, you know, applying for jobs, applying for like internships, applying for scholarships or whatever, and getting uh, getting the traditional route, the longer route, to get things. Even if that's your thing, remember that you still need to learn how to speak about your achievements. And being overly humble will never get you anywhere, because the world needs to know. In order for you to get to different places, the world really needs to know about what you have done and what you are capable of doing. So my general advice to anyone is, never ever be afraid. There is a difference between being cocky and, you know, being narcissistic and being condescending. Like, you don't need to be being great, and being inspirational means that you lift other people up too. So you speaking about your achievements, like, even if you get first place at something, if someone else gets second place, that is not a, like, you can never discount someone else's achievement, as long as you don't put yourself in a high pedestal and you look down on other people. As long as you're not that level, as long as you don't have that level and that brand of pride, I think you're good to go. If you believe in yourself, and if you think that you can achieve xyz things, that you have the tools to achieve xyz things, and that you have the capacity to speak about the great things that you've done, there's literally no problem about it. You're not harming anyone, you're just doing this for yourself. And even if people disagree with it, like, newsflash once again, like, you cannot, it doesn't work the 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 way that it worked for our parents, for example. because because at the end of the day, like, you need to be a known face in your respective industries, and it comes with the cost of you taking time to lay out what you can do for your specific industry, if I'm making any sort of sense. So my tips for everyone is, like, you know, if you are open to this idea, it's obviously up to your personal will, I guess. Like, you you know, things like going on and writing about your experiences on blog posts, writing about your 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 knowledge on blog posts, opening up a LinkedIn account and speaking about your professional experiences and your professional, the steps that you've taken and the struggles that you've had, and, you know, just content generation in general. And, you know, for example, if you get an internship or whatever, just speak about it. Or if you get a job, speak about it. If you won a competition, speak about it on things like LinkedIn. Twitter, for example, you'll be surprised how you can finally approach professionals in your industry when you put yourself out there. It's just, I feel like it's just this other next level that people should take in order to just be absolutely great at what you do. I think being exposed to social media at this age and time is just quintessential. Like, I've approached so many people on LinkedIn and just have random professional conversations, and I've just gained so much. I've gotten tutorials, I've gotten different technologies that I can explore. I've approached people from the big four companies. I have approached, and I just literally just randomly meet people. I'm like, yo, what's your LinkedIn account? Can I add you? Can we talk? Can I ask you questions? I've always tried to put myself forward. Obviously, I'm not. I have so much more to like do in my life and achieve, but I feel like putting yourself out there, speaking about your journey and speaking about what you're passionate about, will always get you to places, because people recognize, like, real recognizes real, and you're going to really put yourself in a good position to win if you speak to people, and if you meet people, and if you have the mindset to meet people who are passionate about what they do. And at the end of the day, at a large country where you put yourself in a place where you don't really know too many people, the best way to go about things is finally getting out of that shell. And even if you're introverted, finally learning how to get out of yourself and give some sort of effort for with regards to speaking about what you can do and what you are interested in, at least. um, so yeah, I will definitely compile like different tips on, things like things about like building your personal branding, building your personal website, building your portfolios and things like that. And these are things that I will get more experience on down the line, I guess, and I will be more qualified to give you advice. But I think a starting point to your journeys as professionals and as just world shifters is just learning how to put yourself out there, and learning how to not be too humble, and take everything with pride. Take everything you do, everything you achieve, take it with pride. Own it. If you earned it, you own it.